to take a picture. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture.
Watch this carefully.
Developing now, shocking new details of Meghan Markle's major row with Vogue magazine. And this time she's taken on the Queen. No, not that Queen. The Queen of Fashion. Anna Wintour herself.
Meghan Markle, Anna Wintour, Paris Fashion Week. They're hugging, smiling, air kisses. But watch Anna's body language. She redirects Meghan almost immediately. Notice the difference? With everyone else, Anna's warm. With Meghan, ice cold.
Anna wasn't interested.
But for my own eye, I like it best when they look a little bit more real.
And here's what nobody's telling you. This wasn't a reunion, this was damage control. Because 3 years ago, Anna Wintour rejected Meghan Markle after she made demands so insane. Sources said not even Beyoncé would ask for this.
Meghan Markle made impossible demands for her 2022 Vogue cover that never happened. Not even Beyoncé gets the demand she wants.
This is the story of how Meghan tried to control Vogue, got brutally rejected by the most powerful woman in fashion, and then showed up at Paris Fashion Week desperately trying to save face. And it gets so much worse. What's up, GossipSlice fam? And if you thought Meghan showing up to Paris Fashion Week was just about fashion, you need to see this because what happened behind the scenes was so much worse. Everyone saw Anna Wintour compliment Meghan's outfit. Everyone saw the air kisses. Everyone thought they were friends. But here's what nobody told you. 3 years ago, Anna Wintour rejected Meghan Markle after she made demands so insane that sources said, not even Beyoncé would ask for this. And when Anna shut her down, Meghan burned bridges with Vogue editors and ended friendships that took years to build. That Paris greeting wasn't a reunion. It was Meghan desperately trying to save face 3 years later. Smash that like button right now, because what I'm about to break down reveals a pattern Meghan follows every single time she doesn't get her way. And if you don't hit subscribe before this video ends, you'll miss the part where we connect the Vogue rejection to every other fallout Meghan's ever had. And trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Okay, no, that is not clickbait. I'm actually worried about Meghan.
Let's break it down. October 2025, Paris Fashion Week. Meghan shows up at Balenciaga's spring-summer show. First time in Europe in 3 years. No Harry, just Meghan, all white, looking confident, and sitting front row, Anna Wintour, the woman who controls fashion. If Anna says you're in, you're in. If Anna says you're out, you're done. The cameras caught their greeting. Meghan spots Anna, leans in. Anna gives her air kisses. Beautiful, Cherie, you look amazing. Social media exploded. They're besties. No feud. Meghan's back. But body language expert Judy James told the Mirror something different. The interaction felt like a top-drawer fashionista ritual designed to maintain distance. Not warmth, distance. Watch when Meghan goes in for the hug. Anna redirects her to greet someone else. She maintains distance the entire time. Compare that to how Anna greets people she actually likes. With them, she lingers. She chats. She's engaged. With Meghan, professional, polite, fake. This wasn't friends reuniting. This was Anna being professionally cordial to someone she'd already rejected. That rejection happened 3 years earlier, September 2022, and it gets so much worse. Rewind to September 2022. Meghan had just launched her Archetypes podcast. She was doing press, making appearances, getting back in the spotlight, and she wanted the ultimate validation, a Vogue cover. Here's the thing, Meghan already had history with Vogue.
We have the embarrassing failure of Meghan and her PR company WME to secure a spot in Vogue magazine's.
In 2019, she guest-edited British Vogue's Forces for Change issue, fastest-selling edition in the magazine's 104-year history, ever. She worked with Edward Enninful, British Vogue's editor-in-chief, for 7 months. They were close, friends. They exchanged flowers, posted about each other. Everything seemed perfect. So in 2022, Meghan approached Edward about being featured in the September issue. And if you don't know fashion, September is the most important issue, biggest, most prestigious. Meghan had an appearance at the One Young World Summit in Manchester coming up. She wanted Vogue to cover it. Big feature, make it a moment. Edward was open to it. They started planning. Everything seemed fine. Meghan probably thought this was gonna be easy. But then Meghan's team sent over their requirements. And that's when Edward realized this wasn't a feature request. This was a list of demands. Absolutely insane demands. And here's where it gets really messy. Pay attention to this. What Meghan asked for wasn't just bold. It was unprecedented. According to Page Six sources, Meghan demanded control over the photographer, the writer, the final edit, the photos, the cover lines, and a global issue. Let me break that down. Meghan wanted to control who takes the photos, who writes the article, what the final version says, which photos get used, what the cover says. That's not how Vogue works. That's not how any magazine works. But wait, it gets worse. She also wanted to appear on both the UK and US Vogue covers simultaneously, a global cover, on two of the biggest fashion magazines in the world at the same time. The source told Page Six, "Nobody gets that, not even Beyoncé. Not even Beyoncé." Beyoncé, one of the biggest stars on the planet, doesn't get that level of control. But Meghan thought she deserved it? Here's the problem. And this is where it gets really awkward. Edward had already booked Linda Evangelista for the UK September cover, an actual supermodel, one of the original supermodels, fashion icon. And Anna Wintour, she'd already locked in Serena Williams for the US September cover. Tennis legend, 23 Grand Slam titles, greatest athlete of all time. But Meghan wanted both covers, for herself and total creative control. Edward knew he couldn't give her that. The covers were locked, so he probably tried to explain this professionally, but Meghan didn't take no for an answer. She did something desperate, something that would destroy her relationship with British Vogue forever. And it gets even worse. This is where Meghan crossed the line. Meghan arranged a Zoom call with Anna Wintour herself. Think about the audacity. Edward Enninful's her friend, the guy who gave her the biggest British Vogue issue ever, told her he couldn't meet her demands. So Meghan went over his head, directly to Anna Wintour. She wanted to bypass Edward and pitch Anna directly on her global cover idea. Let me paint you a picture of who Anna Wintour is. Anna's been running American Vogue since 1988. That's 37 years. She's Chief Content Officer for Condé Nast. She runs the Met Gala. The Devil Wears Prada was inspired by her. When Anna says yes, careers are made. When Anna says no, doors close. And Meghan thought she could pitch her directly and get a yes. Meghan got on the call and made her pitch. Both covers. Total creative control. Anna listened, probably nodded politely, and then she said no. According to Page Six, Anna wasn't interested. Let that sink in. Anna Wintour took the Zoom call to be polite. Not because she was interested, not because she was considering it. Professional courtesy, nothing more. Meghan asked for a Zoom with her to reconsider, and Anna did it to be polite. Anna had already finalized her September issue. Serena Williams was on the cover. Final. At the end of that call, Anna told Meghan no. The most powerful woman in fashion rejected Meghan Markle, and there was nothing Meghan could do about it. But Meghan's response to this rejection, it gets so much messier. After Anna's rejection, everything collapsed. The entire British Vogue feature was cancelled. Meghan refused to compromise. A Daily Mail source said, the Duchess had high expectations for a cover, but Enninful was not able to meet those expectations. He already had a magazine cover in the bag. Edward was furious to have lost the project, as were the powers that be at Condé Nast. Edward was furious. Here's what happened. Edward offered Meghan a compromise. A major feature inside the magazine, multiple pages, big photos, online coverage, just not the cover. That's huge. Most celebrities would jump at it, but Meghan said no. Another source, the whole process became very difficult. Edward could only promise her a big, showy feature inside the magazine and online, but she turned it down. Cover and total control, or nothing. And she got nothing. But it's not just about losing a feature. After this, Meghan and Edward stopped speaking. Their friendship was over. Years of collaboration, years of support, years of him championing her, done. All because Anna said no, and Meghan couldn't handle it. Page Six says they're no longer in contact. Edward left British Vogue in 2023. The friendship never recovered. Think about that. Edward gave Meghan one of the biggest opportunities of her life in 2019. He was her friend, her champion, and she destroyed that relationship because she didn't get exactly what she wanted in 2022. This pattern, we've seen it before. Let me show you something. This Vogue rejection isn't isolated. This is a pattern. Back to 2019. When Meghan guest edited that September issue, Edward asked her to be on the cover, and Meghan said no. She declined to shine the spotlight on other women. Everyone praised her, humble, selfless. But in 2022, when she wanted the cover, she demanded it. Total control, a global cover. And when she didn't get it, she ended a friendship. So was she being humble in 2019 or setting up her image to demand more later? Main character syndrome. Things have to be on my terms. This isn't just about Vogue. We've seen this with the royal family, her own family, friendships. When Meghan doesn't get her way, she leaves, then plays victim. But Anna's rejection was different. Anna didn't back down, didn't cave, didn't care about Meghan's title, fame, or Netflix deal. Anna said no, and that no stands today. And what probably killed Meghan most? Anna's rejection was quiet. No public drama, no statement, just no, that's power, real power. And it gets messier when we go back to Paris, which brings us back to Paris Fashion Week, October 2025. 3 years after Anna's rejection, Meghan shows up at the Balenciaga show. First time in Europe in 3 years? No Harry. All white outfit. Walking in like she owns the place. And guess who else is there? Anna Wintour. Now think about this. Paris Fashion Week has multiple shows, different venues, different schedules. Meghan could have avoided Anna completely, but she didn't. Instead, Meghan made a point to be at the exact same show, made a point to walk right up to her, made a point to get that greeting on camera. Why? Because Meghan's in damage control mode. She's been carrying Anna's rejection for 3 years, and she needs the world to think everything's fine. So she shows up hoping one photo will erase the Vogue disaster. That's not how Anna Wintour operates. When Anna says no, it stays no. When you cross that line, there's no going back. That's the power she holds. And Meghan, still trying to repair the damage, still trying to convince everyone there's no bad blood. The world might have bought it. Casual fans thought, oh look, they're fine. But the fashion industry? They know. Anna rejected Meghan. Meghan made impossible demands. Edward was furious. They know the whole story. So that Paris greeting wasn't a reunion. It wasn't forgiveness. It was Meghan desperately trying to save face, trying to prove she's still relevant, that she's still welcome, that Anna doesn't think less of her. But the truth was right there. Anna being polite, professional, maintaining distance while Meghan tried too hard to make it look natural. That's what rejection looks like when you're pretending it didn't happen. Meghan probably thought one photo would fix everything. Erase 3 years of silence. But you can't erase a rejection from Anna Wintour. You can't PR your way out of burning a bridge with the most powerful woman in fashion. Anna said no in 2022. 3 years later at Paris Fashion Week, that no was still there. Meghan just chose to ignore it. So here's what actually happened, and why this rejection is more significant than you think. Meghan spent years complaining about the royal family, Oprah, Netflix, Harry's memoir, all about how unfairly she was treated. But when Anna Wintour rejected her, Meghan said nothing. No complaints, no victim narrative, no interview. Why? Because in Hollywood and fashion, Anna Wintour's opinion matters. More than royal titles, more than Netflix deals, Anna controls fashion. If she says you're out, you're out. And Meghan knows that. So instead of playing victim, Meghan showed up at Paris Fashion Week 3 years later, trying to prove there's no drama. That's not strength, that's desperation. Anna doesn't give special treatment because you're famous or married to a prince. You earn your place. You follow the rules. And Meghan thought her name alone was enough. She thought she could demand everything, and Anna said no. That rejection probably stung more than anything the royal family ever did, because it wasn't about family drama or race or the media. It was about Meghan overestimating her importance and underestimating how the industry works. And that's a rejection she can't spin. She can't blame. She can't turn into a victim story. She just has to live with it. So let's connect everything we've just exposed. 2019, Edward offers Meghan the cover. She says no, gets praised for being humble. 2022, Meghan demands both covers plus total control. Gets rejected by Anna. Ends friendship with Edward. 2025, shows up at Paris Fashion Week desperately trying to prove she's still relevant. See the pattern? When things are on her terms, Meghan's in. When they're not, she burns the bridge. The royal family didn't bend to her demands. She left and did Oprah. Edward couldn't give her both covers. She ended the friendship. Anna said no. And Meghan's still trying to repair it 3 years later. This isn't about being a strong woman who knows her worth. This is about someone who thinks the rules don't apply to them, and the fashion industry sees it. Anna Wintour sees it. Edward Enninful saw it. That's why that Paris greeting was so fake. Anna was polite, professional, but she maintained her boundary. Because once you show Anna Wintour who you really are, there's no going back. And Meghan can show up to every fashion week for the next decade. She can smile and pose and hug. But Anna Wintour already said no. And in fashion, Anna's word is final. So GossipSlice fam, there you have it. The real story behind Anna Wintour and Meghan Markle at Paris Fashion Week. It wasn't a heartwarming reunion, it was Meghan trying to repair the damage from getting rejected by the most powerful woman in fashion after making insane demands that even Beyoncé wouldn't ask for. Anna said no to Meghan 3 years ago, and that no still stands. The Paris greeting was just for show. Anna Wintour doesn't forget, and she doesn't change her mind. Real talk. Was Meghan out of line with her demands, or should Anna have given her a chance? Drop a crown emoji in the comments if you think Anna was right to reject Meghan. Drop a grimacing face emoji if you think Meghan deserved the global cover. And if you think Meghan's trying too hard to fix her reputation, drop a clown face emoji in the comments right now. Like this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss when we serve the tea. This is Gossip Slice, where we serve the truth one slice at a time. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.